Well, it's about that time. Just so you know, every week I will come on here and give you my weekly NFL game picks. I did it last year. I guess I did okay. I look to do better this year, though. Starting off right off the bat with week one, which is the ultimate of crapshoots, if you will. Week one will give you a lot of surprises. Sometimes we overrate what happens in the preseason. Sometimes we underrate what happens in the preseason. And you have all these new pieces and all these new places, all these new faces. It's kind of hard to figure out what's going to happen. So I'm going to take my best stab at it, if you will, and let's see how I do. And of course, as always, you are welcome to go against me this week and all season long with your picks of all these games in the comments section down below. Let's go ahead and get started. How I'll do this is I will emphasize certain bigger matchups or matchups that I care about, and then I'll just blow through the ones that I don't so much. We'll start off with the Thursday night matchup, though. The official kickoff to the 2015 NFL regular season. The Pittsburgh Steelers travel to New England, to Foxborough, to take on those spy-gating, deflate-gating, cheating. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Win if you can, lose if you must, always cheat, New England Patriots, and all their defending Super Bowl champion glory. God bless them. So now, of course, the big story heading into this game is not only what surrounds the Patriots, but also the fact that Tom Brady is back in the fold. Tom Brady will not miss this game. Tom Brady is not suspended for the first 4 games. He's not suspended for any of them. He's going to suit up Thursday night and play. Whoop-de-doo. Now, of course, I harken back to 2007 when the Spygate crap happened and everybody thought the New England Patriots were in trouble. And, of course, all they did was win all 16 regular season games and make it to the Super Bowl, and they were basically a David Tyree catch away from completing a perfect undefeated season. So I have that in the back of my mind. Also knowing that this is the defending Super Bowl champion, New England Patriots, knowing that a lot of times, it seems like historically, the defending Super Bowl champions find a way to usually win more often than not in week number 1 of the regular season. With that said, at some point in time, the chickens will come home to roost for the New England Patriots in terms of the lack of talent in certain areas on both sides of the ball. I have some major concerns about their ability to contain Antonio Brown in the passing game while the Steelers don't have Martavius Bryant due to his suspension. They still have to contend with Antonio Brown, and contending with easily one of the 5 best wide receivers in the National Football League is no easy deal. Antonio Brown finds a way to get his. Even without Le'Veon Bell, that Pittsburgh Steelers offense should still be able to put up some points. The problem for the Patriots, to me, is I'm not really sure how their offense is going to work. There's no LeGarrette Blount in the running game, no Brandon LaFell outside in the passing game. Believe it or not, I actually like the Steelers to win this Thursday night matchup. I really, really do. It'll either be one of those ugly type of first game of the season and you could tell games, or it's going to be one of those explosive kind of high-scoring affairs. But I think the Steelers will find a way to win. Heading now to the Sunday games. Green Bay traveling to Chicago to take on the Bears. Who the fuck do you think I'm picking? Green Bay. Duh. I'm never picking Jay Cutler to beat Aaron Rodgers. Are you fucking kidding me? You've got the Colts traveling to Buffalo in an AFC matchup that could potentially have some playoff implications. I think it could. Now, in terms of this matchup, you're talking about the Indianapolis Colts with Andrew Luck and all the media love that goes along with it, and then the media love that goes along with Rex Ryan. I look at this game, and I'm assuming that a lot of people will look at the Indianapolis Colts as being the superior team, and in the grand scheme of things, I think they are too. I think they are a legitimate Super Bowl 50 contender. However, in this particular matchup, this is Rex Ryan's first game. I think his style matches up well against what the Indianapolis Colts want to do. I have some questions, obviously, about how Tavares Jackson, Tyrod Taylor, what the fuck is the difference, is going to play at quarterback. But I'll take the Buffalo Bills in a slight bit of an upset here in week number 1, regardless of what the odds may say or not. I'll take the Seahawks over the St. Louis Rams, although I wonder, with the loss of Byron Maxwell in the secondary and no Cam Chancellor playing due to his contract holdout, if somebody like a Brian Quick or a Tavon Austin could have a nice game, or Jared Cook against that Seattle Seahawks back 7 of the defense. With that said, though, the Seahawks still have the better quarterback, and Russell Wilson by far. They have the far better running game of Marshawn Lynch. Might be a bit of a physical defensive AFC or NFC West type of battle that we've come to expect, but I'll take the Seahawks to win that one. I'll take the Jets over the Browns. I'll take the Dolphins over the Redskins, the Panthers over the Jaguars, the Chiefs over the Texans. I'll take the Cardinals over the Saints. I'll take the Chargers over the Lions. I'll take the Broncos over the Baltimore Ravens. And then in kind of my upset special of the week, you've got Cincinnati traveling to Oakland to take on the Raiders. And on paper, for all intents and purposes, the Cincinnati Bengals look like a much better team, a superior team. And to be fair, they are. But, as I referenced earlier in this video, week one, a lot of times you get crazy shit happens. There's a lot of crap that you don't really see coming. And you've got the Oakland Raiders. You're going to be in the black hole. You've got a new head coach in Jack Del Rio. You have a young quarterback that the fan base and, frankly, the organization and the players seem to believe in Derek Carr. You've got a new exciting option at wide receiver in Amari Cooper. It looks like Khalil Mack is going to be even better in year two than he was in year one, which is saying something. I look at this as a real kind of trap game for the Cincinnati Bengals. I look at this as a bit of a trouble game for them, and it wouldn't shock me at all to see the Raiders play a little bit better on the defensive end, give Andy Dalton some problems, and be able to find a way to win this game. And that's why I'm picking the Oakland Raiders in my upset special of the week to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, Raiders, please don't go out there and lose 48-9. The other matchup of the late games on Sunday that I'm really looking forward to, and perhaps this is a single most exciting game for me in week one out of all of them. It has to be Tennessee traveling to Tampa Bay. Number 2 pick, Marcus Mariota, versus number 1 pick, Jameis Winston. Ow, baby! I mean, this is like central casting. You just couldn't get any better than this. For years, these guys are going to be compared against each other. For years, these guys are going to be measured against each other. For years, potentially, people are going to debate who is the better pick, who is the better player, who is the better quarterback, who should the Bucs have taken, should the Titans have taken Marcus Mariota. Well, this is your first kind of insight to see what actually is going to happen. It's your first real insight to see how this is all going to play out long term. And I can't wait to see this game. Now, granted, I am a bigger fan of Marcus Mariota than Jameis Winston, and also I believe that long-term Marcus Mariota will be the better NFL starting quarterback over Jameis Winston, although I still think Jameis Winston has a chance to be a franchise quarterback himself and be a stud as well. In this game, I think the Buccaneers are the better team. I think they're better defensively. I think they have more on offense, and I'm going to take them to beat the Titans at home in week number 1. As a Sunday night game, the NFL media is going to give all types of a million shits about, and I just got to be perfectly honest with you NFC East people, I could give 2 fucks less about it. The Giants traveling to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Every year, one of these games is a fucking Sunday night matchup. You know it. And other than the fact that I want to see what the Cowboys are going to do with the running game with no DeMarco Murray, and the fact that I want to see Odell Beckham Jr., I really could give no shits about this game whatsoever. With that said, I'll take the Cowboys because I think they're just flat out better. In terms of the Monday night matchups, you've got Chip Kelly's boys, the Eagles, traveling to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. A lot of people are ready to crown the Philadelphia Eagles asses, and I'm not ready to do that yet. But with that said, they do look like the better team on paper. I think this is a team that has quite a bit to prove. They're going to want to establish themselves early, whereas with the Falcons, they've got a new head coach. They're going to be learning a new defensive system. You could be dealing with a limited or completely out of action Roddy White, questions in the running game, questions on the offensive line. I think the Eagles are the safer pick, and I'll take them to win. And then you've got the Minnesota Vikings traveling to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. I think 2 organizations heading in completely opposite trajectories. The Minnesota Vikings are clearly pointing upward, in my opinion, behind Teddy Bridgewater and what they've got going on with that young defense under head coach Mike Zimmer. I think their needle points up, and the San Francisco 49ers needle is pointing down significantly. I would be floored, I would be stunned, honestly, if the Vikings didn't win this game in San Francisco and didn't win it by at least 10 points. So I'm going to take the Vikings to beat the 49ers, who I think could be a real contender to end up with the number 1 overall pick in the 2016 NFL Draft. But again, those are my picks. You can let me know what you think of my picks down below. You can sit there and give me your picks as well in the comments section down below. I'll be back for another pick video in week number 2, and I'll recap how I did in week number 1, and hopefully I did good.